reestablishing some culture in Chestnut Hill as we are underway and Belmont controls the tip. It's great to have you with us on the ACC network. There's that backcourt of Murphy and Kunkel and Benkert with Tyler Scanlon, the BU transfer, and Seth Adelsberger starting for the suspended thus far Nick Musinski.
Particular must be on point today for Boston College. Speaking with Coach Jim Christian this morning at shoot-around, he said that's key number one.
Enter that selective club. The guy I'm sitting next to is part of it, Malcolm Huckabee. And a steal by Popovic. Good pass to Jared Hamilton with a nice underneath lay-in.
Job getting out in transition, and it all starts with their defense.
Benkert swings it to Tyler Scanlon, and he hits the three. So Scanlon had 1,000-plus career points.
Collapsed the defense, and then a beautiful kick-out pass to a wide-open Scanlon.
They're really going to look for Scanlon for a majority of their offense as Popovic counters with a three-pointer.
Easy offense despite some of the turnovers.
I think you're going to see a focal point of their defense today. Tenacious on the perimeter. Hopkins with a deep three and the fadeaway last season. The junior from Fayetteville, Tennessee. Here's Jared Hamilton for a three, and he nails it.
Thing to find guys, but I think it's to develop. And the two that you talked about, Jerome Robinson, Kai Bowman, both those guys playing for a paycheck right now, they developed under this staff, and I think that's the other key point as well too.
Is a shooter much like the rest of this team. They are not afraid to launch the threes. They're 3 for 3 thus far. Good take by Derryck Thornton and the blow-by.
Still continue to execute on the offensive side.
And Stephon Mitchell with his steal took it away from Nik Popovic, and he finds Thornton. It was kind of an excuse-me pass, but Thornton was the beneficiary.
Transition to get an easy bucket.
BC shooting 67%, 6 out of their first 9. And the inside handle by Seth Adelsberger won the Ohio Valley Conference Medal of Honor for academic success. He's an environmental science major, and Jay Heath with the lay-in.
Yeah, that's a tough move, and he is another find as we see another steal, this time by Thornton.
And with the left hand, Derryck Thornton on the three, and here comes Jay Heath with the board. 3-on-1. Mitchell with a take and an easy lay-in. Transferring from USC by way of Duke. Good pass for Popovic and the reverse lay-in.
This morning at shoot-around, he said not just the points, but his leadership and his ability to set the tone really has been key early on in the season. Only averaged a little under 3 points per game last season, and been on fire early for Belmont.
How about the N1 for Grayson Murphy in transition?
And this guy right here, if it wasn't for Ja Morant.
And here's Kamari Williams, the son of former Maryland star Walt Williams. Nice move inside again by Popovic. Moves, an array of post moves.
Well, he's another guy, again, everybody talked about Zion last year, as they should, and all the other players in the ACC.
Good backdoor from Popovic and the slam. A cerebral pass by Julian Rishwain. That was a nice adjustment, forcing the turnover. The third Eagles turnover on the backdoor pass by Scanlon to Michael Benkert. 400 points, 150 rebounds, 100-plus assists in a season. As Derryck Thornton launches a three and he nails it. Here comes Thornton again. In the lane for Felder. And the bucket and a foul. The N1 for C.J. Felder. College basketball, but you have to admire the pass.
Yeah, that's a beautiful setup. That time, Thornton pushing the pace in transition. Nice little alley-oop pass, and I like the move by Felder.
And Felder coming off a 4-point night against High Point. We have an injury for the Eagles. Derryck Thornton is hurt. Offensive showcase for both teams. Popovic for three. I think he's feeling it.
Shown the ability to knock those down. Now, obviously, you don't want him falling in love with the three, but when he gets him in rhythm like that, he's able to knock him down. But Musinski saying right back at you. Belmont, we expected this from them. They are just so good offensively. They spread the floor, and then they're able to make some shots like that right there.
Derryck Thornton. Nice move by Chris Herron Jr. for his first bucket of the season. Thornton, nice step back, and he converts.
Has found a home at Boston College, and He is playing some good ball right now.
And he finds the trailing C.J. Felder. The hop, skip, and the jump. He's improved his offensive arsenal, but I think if you want to talk BC's success thus far, it all starts on the defensive end. And there's a three and another lead change.
Excellent job. One of the best teams I've seen spacing the floor.
Kunkel. And the putback by Hollander. Casey Alexander was coaching that team, so he knows all about Caleb Hollander. And the elbow jumper by C.J. Felder. And the three is good by Nick Hopkins. Terrific ball movement by the Bruins. Nice move. And he hits it. Adam Kunkel.
Cut down dribble penetration. I think the turnovers, they turned the ball over in transition. Belmont, one of the better teams executing. They need to cut turnovers and then get out and cut down on the dribble drives in college to stop this Belmont run.
Mitchell averaging 6 points and 11 rebounds. Scanlon with the baseline jumper. He was called for the last foul, but he counters with a nice move on the baseline. Mitchell can't grab the rebound. It's won by Tyler Scanlon. Here come the Bruins. The three by Benkert. They are feeling it to start the second half.
I tell you what, that package, really just a phenomenal deal, and I'm sure a lot of folks are taking advantage of that, just like Belmont.
Belmont on an 8-0 run thanks to that last three-pointer by Adam Kunkel, who has 21 points, and Nik Popovic with the answer. But you're right, all starts on the defensive end with transition defense, and Nick Hopkins nails another three.
North Carolina and San Diego State are the only other teams to do that, and I credit the Hall of Fame coach, Rick Byrd.
Kunkel could probably hit from downtown Boston if you gave him the opportunity. Tough matchup for Felder, and Muzinski takes advantage. Great ball movement to Nick Hopkins. They're unstoppable. Point of time.
Well, it's just a phenomenal run by Rick Byrd, and we were talking to Casey at shoot-around this morning. Not too many programs have a plan in place to replace somebody like a legend that Rick Byrd was, and Belmont could not have asked for a better situation to have somebody who not only played there, but also coached and learned. If you're Boston College, you don't need to make up this deficit in one possession.
Good pass by Jay Heath to Stephon Mitchell. And the baseline move, a nifty one against Nick Muzinski.
And that's what I mean by that.
Here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Kunkel blocked by Stephon Mitchell.
Stopping ball penetration. Right now, Belmont is in the lane all day. Again, right there, Kunkel.
He's 2 points shy of tying that career high he set Monday. And the steal by Kunkel. Punched away by Felder. Good pass by Mitchell to Kamari Williams. Derryck Thornton, nifty dribbling. And the foul. Derryck Thornton, a man possessed to the goal.
He came into this one at 20, and he's got 30 right now in this game.
And also triggering it on the defensive end, forced the turnover. And the runner. Good pass from Grayson Murphy. They're just raining threes in Chestnut Hill. Chris Herron Jr. Good body control for the lay-in. The control room as well, they're working hard today.
Well, I've never seen you move so fast when they mentioned the word tacos.
Nick Muzinski looking good from long range.
Turnovers to get this thing going back in their favor, but it is an uphill battle.
Nice move by Chris Herron.
I know a lot of teams are talking, or people are talking about North Carolina, Duke, Louisville. I call the Louisville game as we take a look at a three. I'm not giving up on Virginia. Yes, they lost a lot from last year's team.
Yep.
3 guys playing for a paycheck. But the way they play defense.
With you. Certainly trending in the right direction. And Belmont, oh, by the way, has never scored 100 or more points versus a Power 5 opponent.
Obviously, you're talking about North Carolina, a top 10 opponent at the time, but with this one right here.
Luka Kraljevic to Kamari Williams, who has a career high 10 points. Good signs for him along with Chris Herron, but the defense in short supply for the Eagles as they fall by 15.